and I keep hearing that you when you're on live with those other people that they got something crazy to say about us. I don't understand what are they even talking about us for? You're not in our league. You're not in our conversation. Go dance with UCF or FAU or something. And honestly, you probably should be kicked out of the conference if you keep looking stupid. Oh, but Miami's never won the ACC. You tell us to stay out of the past. I'm just saying.
No, I get it. I get it. When you start to delve into the past, it also, everybody's going to draw the line where they want to draw the line.
Mm-hmm.
So the Florida State people are going to say, you keep talking about 2001. You keep talking about 2001. Well, 2013 starting to become a long time ago too. So where do who's the person that draws the line? You can draw it wherever you want. You just happen to draw it in 2013 because that's where you want to draw it.
When Mark, they've been on a decline ever since then.
Yeah.
Think about it. They beat an Auburn team that was a miracle team that should not have been there. That should have been Tricky Nicky and the Sabins kicking that behind, but I'm not going to go there.
That would have been, I would pay to have God take us back in time and play that game.
Phew. As I would have, and I'm not a big fan of Mr. Winston at all. I think he's a despicable human being, but we're not going to get into that. I think he got away with something so atrocious because he's the QB. We're not going to get into that. Anyhow, he comes back. They come back in 2014, and Oregon gave him 2 Stone Cold Stunners, a People's Elbow, an Undertaker Tombstone, a Kane choke slam, a Big Show choke slam, and then the Rikishi butt to the face at the end on national TV in the Rose Bowl. Okay, all right, no problem. Come back in 2015, and they lost to Houston in a bowl game. Okay,
and it wasn't that close.
No, it was bad. It was bad. 2016 comes around, and they beat us.
To keep this argument fair, you're putting me in the position to kind of stand up for Florida State here, just to make it an interesting discussion here.
That's okay. I'm very argumentative. I have no problem with that. We can do that.
I know.
2016 comes around. They play Michigan in an instant classic. They come out with a W in that game. That was amazing game. Super proud of them.
Yep, 33-32.
Super proud of. I didn't go to that game because they were there, so I would be angry. So why go somewhere that's going to purposely make me angry? And then I get into a fight. Now I can't go to our home stadium because, they think it's okay to do that chop in my stadium. Anyhow, 2017 comes around, right? And they get ramrocked by Bama, break the streak with Miami. They lose to Southern Miss, or they beat Southern Miss and think that it's great. Oh, well, we won our bowl game. We played Wisconsin and lose our bowl game. But okay. 2018 comes around. No bowl. Don't even make a bowl. 2019 comes around. You don't make a bowl. 2020 comes around, and you're one of the most despicable teams to touch the football field. Okay? Pew, 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 pew. 16 up. Pew, pew, pew. It's sad. Sad. But like Scott said, this is 2021 anyway, so we're here to talk about that. This is a Miami Live, but when people bring up that school, it's personal for me. I can't stand them.
Yeah, it's been really bad the last 3 years, in particular, 18, 19, and 20. Scott Sheridan's a Texas fan, lets us know that he just got home and flipped us on and is taking it in as a Texas fan. And thank you so much for that super chat, Scott. Appreciate that. I love when I see people that I've never come across before that and understand if I have mentioned you before or something, it was a year ago, that I can't remember everybody that comments all the time. But I love when I find out that somebody's been watching for 2 years, but they just never said anything, and suddenly they pop up. That's great to see. And I think we had one last.
Okay, first of all, bro, your name's Redneck Ron. That should keep you from any conversation at all. Okay, you might want to pipe it down a little bit. Okay, and you're not our Super Bowl. We could care less about you and your program. Okay, continue playing in the toilet bowl and being the worst team in the state. Have a great life.
Well, wholesome one, would you really say that you, and when I say you, I don't mean you personally, as a Miami fan base, doesn't care about Florida State?
Nope.
That's your chief rival.
Mark, we don't care about them. They could go 0-11 and it would mean nothing. I'm one of those people, Mark. I do not believe in rooting for other people in your state. I do not believe in rooting for other people in your conference. And I dang sure don't believe in your rivals being good because it makes you good. And there's people who make articles out here who say that Miami needs Tallahassee. We don't need them at all. They mean nothing. Like, null and void. We play you when we play you. We see you when you see you.
Do they mean nothing because they're bad now, or did they mean nothing in 2013?
Mark, they always meant nothing to me. They've always been. When it comes to that week, it's hate week. And when hate week is over, kick rocks.
So you can answer this better than I can because you're talking to Canes fans every day, which I do, but not nearly as much as you do. Do you think everybody or the vast majority of Canes fans hold that opinion about Florida State,
no.
that they don't care about them? I'm not saying that they root for them when they play other teams or go out and play in a bowl game, but they don't care about them. They don't pay attention. They don't.
I could tell you this, Mark. I'm very disappointed when I hear people who think that way, because it's like people, they're little brother. They're not little brother. They're not. They are an enemy. We're not friends. We're not cool. We're not family. We're not cousins of the same. No. I loathe. Like, it's nothing cool about them at all. They could lose to every single game and I wouldn't care not a dang bit, Mark. Their whole team could get suspended and I wouldn't care. They could cancel the series. I wouldn't care. That's just me. Now, there's other people who they like to give them credit and show them love and it's mutual respect. And I like allowing people to have whatever opinion they can have. But when you ask the host about how he feels, nope. I don't even watch them. Like, unless it's that week to prepare for them, my YouTube doesn't even recognize it. Like, when it's time to prepare for them that week. And you know how your algorithm, when you start watching new stuff, your algorithm starts giving you all these games. And it started posting all this stuff up, and I had to, not interested, block, get this stuff off of my feed. I can't have mediocrity touching me in my vicinity. But
so if Miami's got a Thursday night game or a Saturday noon game or whatever the time is, and so you're watching football when the Canes aren't on, you're doing everything possible to avoid them.
It's not about avoiding them. They just don't pop up in my radar. It's just, I would go to the next channel. I'm not necessarily avoiding them. It's just like, I wouldn't say Ohio State, Michigan, because that's not a rivalry either. It's not a thing. Whenever it's that week, it's that week. But up until then, we could care less. They could care less about them. So let's say, for example, I'm not the biggest fan of, let's say I'm not a big fan of Courage the Cowardly Dog, the TV show, right?
Sure.
There's literally hundreds, almost 1,000 other channels that I can watch. It's not that I'm avoiding the one when it comes on. There's just other more important, more relevant things to watch. I'm going to watch those things.